Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, Soul Star Shamans of Gaia Galactica. Over the next several days, Gaia and all her children of the sun will be flooded with gamma mother plasma waves of adamantine particles from the X7 and X9 solar flares and 2 CMEs released from our local Solaris. All starseed Earth angelics of the 144 continue to prepare for the coming quantum leap of consciousness and rainbow body event. The blue ray, gold ray, and violet ray are flowing into this realm from the Most High, Infinite Source Creator, to assist our ground crew team in the transformation and transfiguration of our solar diamond light bodies of infinite life. Today is the second day of 9 nights of Navaratri. The second day of Navaratri is dedicated to Ma Brahmacharini, one of the 9 forms of goddess Durga. In meditation, we realize our true nature of Buddha mind, the awakened state of pure awareness, and free ourselves from the wheels of samsara to become the guides, teachers, and way-showers of the new earth. In our collective efforts of right action, we raise the vibration of our core essence, and as we rise like the phoenixes into the night skies, we resolve all things perfectly and bridge heaven and earth with our divine will and pure intent. Keep the threefold flame in your sacred heart center burning bright as we illuminate this realm with divine providence. Aho! Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul, White Gold Eagle, Keen 47, Blue Galactic Hand of our Universal Alliance of Light with PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to listen to the very end where we release very powerful New Earth codes. And please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And now we continue with Divine Sister of the Light, Neha Mewari, October 4th, 2024. Navaratri 2024, Day 2, is dedicated to Ma Brahmacharini, revered for her penance and devotion. Worship her for courage, wisdom, and emotional balance through rituals and chanting. Ma Brahmacharini is one of the 9 forms of goddess Durga. Ma Brahmacharini is believed to be an incarnation of goddess Parvati. According to Hindu mythology, after taking the form of goddess Kushmanda, Ma Parvati took birth at the home of Daksha Prajapati and became a great sati, devoted wife. Her unmarried form is worshipped as Ma Brahmacharini, representing a woman in the stage of self-discipline and spiritual pursuit. The goddess undertook intense penance, tapasya, to attain Lord Shiva as her husband, undergoing years of severe austerities, which earned her the name Brahmacharini, meaning the one who practices devout austerity. Worshipping Ma Brahmacharini on the second day of Navaratri is believed to bestow devotees with knowledge, peace, and an abundance of spiritual energy. Have a most beautiful and blessed second night of Navaratri. 144 flowing in. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Divine Feminine 7777. Every day we are birthing a new age, a new world we want to live in. It is a process that is happening all the time. It is not done in a day, in a week, or in a year. It is a transformation, a rebirth. We are working hard at times and are enjoying at other times. Our journey is not easy all the time, and sometimes we are not ready to move forward or feel into the darkness and shadows. But then, after going around in circles, We are finally ready to make the next step. We take a leap of faith and move forward despite the fear that is holding us back. And after that, we feel the expansion of new energy coming into our systems. We are opening up, clearing the old out of our systems, bringing more light in. It is a process of rebirth. Be courageous and do what feels right in your heart, not what other people say or what your ego says. After a while, you will do it anyway, because you will not be able to ignore the nudges of your soul or your gut feeling and intuition. If you are in the present, connected to your soul, allowing yourself to feel it all, process is so much easier. Enjoy the transformation and love yourself a little more each day. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Sangita Handa, tearing up the dark contracts and ending the dark protection. Watch closely as the solar flares X-class and the exorcism plasma is cracking up the satanic order on Earth. It's manifesting loudly through exposures of heinous crimes by famous followers of the cult on Earth, not engaging in common terminology on purpose. But the cracking of the dark mirror is not directly by the light. That is the effect of the cause. The Dark Lodge on Earth is ending the contracts of protection provided to all who entered into the satanic contract. It is he, that, who is releasing its followers into the direct sunlight to get incinerated. Literally, he, that, it, has begun to throw its loyal members, who entered into a deal with it, to the wolves to be eaten. You know what happens when divine protection is removed. As we have scribed here many a time, now observe consciously to what happens when the dark protection is removed. The end is similar in both cases. Those severity levels are different, and in this case, harsh and cruel. Prior to the inception of exorcism, only those who deserted or violated, as well as those who denied the invitation, were terminated. In addition, some were sacrificed just as they sacrificed to become big. But now, the exorcism and progressive X-class solar flares have managed to rupture the texture of the Dark Lodge, which has begun to spin into a mighty ferocious disspin, malfunction, and system breakdown. It has begun shredding the live contracts of its members, especially the core inner group. The X-Class 7-1 and the 9-5 shall begin entry into Earth by the 4th and 5th into the West Zone, and thereafter in the Eastern Sphere. Its effects have been recalibrated after adjustment levels were reached through trial upon the bodies of the front-line lightworkers. They faced a terrible onslaught, the worst so far. The solar eclipse that brought in the Venusian healing, and Ma Durga, goddess's entry, has sealed the light beings on Earth with divine protection. Good night, Namaste, the temple of God's will, power, and protection. The first time ever this intel has been revealed on Earth. Light protection versus dark protection. From SangitaHanda.net. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Shay from Numbers by Shay Numerology. 10/4/2024. 144 Quantum flashing in. October 2024 magnifies the energy of each of its days, as it also brings closure to a way of being. Today we double down on number 4. In some cultures, the 4 represents the creative and stabilizing aspects of the divine. In others, it signifies death. This month will show you in many ways that you can't go back. Your power, moving forward, is not for resuscitation, but for a new emergence. Memento Mori says to remember that death inevitably comes. As you go through today, think about what you want to take with you when your time here is done. Your mind is gathering a lot of information in this lifetime. But of what value in the end? What is made on Earth will remain here. Your consciousness will carry on when your body quits, and it will take with it what it has been gathered in your heart. And today from Divine Brother of the Light, Diego E. Berman, Ph.D. the Solar Flare Awakening, Unlocking Human Potential. Massive X9 Solar Flare Alert, October 4th, 2024. Dear friends, a major X9 solar flare was detected yesterday around Earth-facing sunspot region 3842. This is the strongest X-ray event of the current solar cycle, and a strong impact of a CME is quite likely in the coming days. This is in fact the strongest solar flare in 7 years. The last time we had solar flares bigger than this was back in 2017. And just recently, the day before the eclipse, we had an X7 flare, which will also likely result in a G2 to G3 solar windstorm arriving this weekend. This intense X-solar flares occurring before and after eclipses are acting like amplifiers of the solar light codes, assisting with the opening of our energy fields and the release of deeply embedded low frequencies from our soul and DNA structures. As you see, solar consciousness is a constant key player in our human evolutionary journey. Physically, solar flares recalibrate our biological rhythms. They may disrupt sleep patterns and amplify fatigue. Our cardiovascular systems respond to the solar radiation, increasing heart rate and blood pressure. Headaches and migraines may emerge as our nervous system adapts to the electromagnetic shifts. Emotionally, solar flares unleash a maelstrom of feelings, oscillating between anxiety and euphoria. Our intuition heightens, creativity surges, and emotional releases purge outdated patterns, often in the form of vivid dreams. This inner metamorphosis heralds a new era of self-awareness. Spiritually, solar flares encode our DNA with cosmic wisdom, aligning our energetic structures with the solar logarithm. Our psychic sensitivity expands, bridging the gap between dimensions. The veil between worlds thins, allowing us to access higher realms and new revelatory insights. Globally, solar flares reshape our reality. Communication systems may falter, power grids fluctuate, and weather patterns transform. Earth's tectonic plates also respond, awakening dormant energies. To harmonize with these solar fluxes, we must attune our being. Hydrate, ground, and center yourself. Engage in meditative practices, body movements, and conscious breathing. Limit electronic exposure in large crowds, and synchronize your rhythms with nature. As we navigate the Solar Awakening weekend, remember, transformation begins within. Embrace the flux, and let this cosmic energy ignite your true potential. Stay tuned for more updates as we await for the solar winds to arrive into our atmosphere. We will most likely see beautiful auroras at high latitudes around the world soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Much love. We are one. From DiegoBerman.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Geostorms ahead. Use the open field and plasma. Reminders for strong flares and geomagnetic events. Blessings, beloveds. Magnetic fluctuations and plasma influxes are a perfect opportunity to level up. Profound changes in our fields, heart, consciousness, DNA, and ascension process can be made. Our awareness shifts from separation to pure unity Christ presence with the support of lowered magnetic density. Sustained geomagnetic storms can produce perfect conditions for prepared, coherent hearts to experience reunion with the I Am presence. This happened to me 3 years ago during an intense 3-day K8 storm. Lengthy, sustained K7, 8, and 9 level storms are a gateway. The magnetic field opens up and consciousness-shifting plasma flows in. Solar flares, CMEs, and plasma filaments are a normal and supportive part of our reality now. Do not let the numbers scare you. We had an X40 flare in 2003. The difference now is our thin and fluctuating magnetosphere combined with the intensity of realm-shifting plasma particles as we traverse the photon belt. When strong magnetic storms last longer than a day or two, we are exposed to high-level cosmic rays, plasma, harmonics, and DNA awakening frequencies. We get exposed to new energies beyond the dense veils held in the old magnetic fields. Solaris released X-class Earth-directed flares in the last few days with CMEs, an abundance of consciousness-shifting light and plasma. Many feel this realm-shifting plasma as it influences our hearts, minds, and trajectories. October is an acceleration passage. Use this wisely as light information enters Gaia's fields. Stay grounded and centered during the influxes this weekend. Space weather folks predict the Earth-directed activity to land on Friday and Saturday. Our magnetic field shield is very unpredictable, as are the plasma influxes. Storms and plasma waves can happen without solar activity as well. You may be feeling the bizarre and beautiful changes in the field already. Plan to spend time outside in nature, bathing in the cosmic mother plasma. Meditate, open your heart, be in your chosen realm state to accelerate the reality experience you desire. Use the energy for expansion and self-reflection. Stay hydrated with extra minerals and electrolytes. This is our daily practice as solar activity increases. Many may feel anxiety, polarization, emotional or mental imbalances or releases. It is a perfect moment to gently guide others into calm activities. Nature, breathwork, simple creativity, and heart-based choices. Check the auroral oval charts to see if the storm creates auroras for your area. And love, light, and service from AscensionPath.com. From Divine Sister of the Light Raylene SQS Brady. The dimensional veils are thinning. We are remembering the structured syntax of the watery memory field and are reclaiming our ability to interface with realities through our innate fluidity. If we consider the principle of the doctrine of signatures as a language of the divinity held in nature that we are learning to decipher, and that the patterns and expressions of water memory are magnetic, we can begin to understand how sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory weave through the omnipresent, condensed liquid light fields of the observer and the observed as a dimensional visual array. Consciously co-creating within this memory field greatly influences the outcomes of the collective experience manifold. Sonoluminescence and other factors will pave the way for greater collaboration between the seen and unseen worlds. These principles are flooding our crystalline memory banks with undiluted correspondence and coherence as ancient thaw, primordial flow. We are the way of water, the fluid, eternal light flame that does not consume. This is my 33rd year co-creating with the divinity held in nature, recording and encapsulating primordial encodements within water memory, especially through vibrational quintessence systems co-created at sacred power sites around our planet. This liquid light system is known as the Soul Quintessence System, hence the SQS in between my name. Quintessence, in ancient philosophy and medieval alchemy, is a pure essence latent in all things, and the substance of which the heavenly bodies are composed, literally the fifth element, fifth essence. The alchemist of old knew that when the four elements, namely earth, air, water, and fire, came together in harmonic union, a highest and most refined element was made manifest. I look forward to continuing this deep immersion and exploration into the field of Askat Nefer, meaning the harmony of water, as it is known by the ancient wisdom of the Chemicians of pre-Pharaonic Egypt, applying the principles of both feminine and masculine waters alchemized as nephir, meaning a pure, harmonious state. Rise, Homo luminous, rise and shine. Raylene Brady. From Divines, the Star of the Light, Judith Kusel. The super quantum shift. We are in the midst of a super quantum shift, and this is going to escalate into the next year or so. To me, this is ultimate awakening to the truth of who and what we are in truth, as all the shackles and bonds which held us prisoner for so long now totally fall off. When I do my cleansing and clearing meditation every single morning, using the white flame of purification, clarity, and love, I always work not only with my spine, but all my chakras, and then into my physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and all my bodies and fields. Often things will surface from the deepest subconscious, which needs its final release. And this is not only to do with my own soul and soul connections, but with ancestral patterns, with oaths, contracts, and vows, as well as country and world patterns, as my soul is called to do so. This is immensely freeing. One sees the shackles, the bonds, the pain, shame, and guilt of generations after generations falling off, and see how humanity was caught in this whole network and now finally can break free. I have witnessed this here in Africa and in France, Greece, and Egypt, where I so often was called to release souls, and more than this, to clear the energy vortices and the lines, and then found all the atrocities humanity has ever been able to create, which also means half man, half beast, and the robots the Atlanteans created, and who later turned on their own creators. One cannot witness such and not be touched to the core of your heart and soul. No greater truth was ever spoken than the words, "Father, Mother, forgive them, for they did not know what they were doing," to themselves primarily, and then to the greater whole. This said, we are now in the new earth and in the fifth dimension, as this has now been fully anchored in. Of course, there are many who will choose to stay in the old earth, mainly out of fear, and not ascend. Yet no soul is ever lost, as I have always been told, for the divine is present in all souls and all life and life forms, whether they are conscious of it or not, or choose to experience what they choose to experience, the acting roles they choose to play out. Within there is such inner joy when writing this, as I was sharing with my students last night, for it is now the new beginning, and that new beginning lies within every single one of us, within, not outside, for it will seem as if everything has gone mad, and as if chaos and destruction reigns, when in truth it is merely exposing all which has always been, even as the old earth disintegrates, and the new is being born. Do not be surprised when you start to see and live multidimensionality now. Do not be surprised if you suddenly start to find that you have talents, abilities, and knowledge which seemingly is coming from nowhere, when in truth it is your own soul which is now finally freed to express your true soul talents and abilities you have had since you first were born as a soul. In my soul readings, this factor has come to the fore so powerfully in the last few months that every soul is now asked to look at the next 10 years as the years where they truly use these soul abilities to co-create the new golden age. This is why they are here. I have been told emphatically by Lord Melchizedek and the High Order of Melchizedek to sketch, to write down, and to start implementing what I have been shown I am being called to bring into form and being, to not worry how this is all going to manifest into form and being, but rather to trust, and then to follow my inner guidance, and take action steps, and this will draw synchronized events to me. This applies to all of us. Yet important, note your intent needs to be pure, and always for the highest good of all. For the I now becomes the we, unity, oneness. It all starts there within your heart and soul, and truth of who and what you are in truth. Your heart is womb, where the seeds prosper and grow in love and with love. Let us co-create the new from the depths of our hearts and souls and all our true being, and truly usher in the new golden age. And so it is, from JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica, human advancement. For the path of humanity is to evolve, uprise, aligned to the evolutionary projected mission encoded in light. An ancient script encoded within the physical light-body interaction, a dualistic containment that holds the physical and the light form, in a neatly positioned formation aligned to the physical density of now. Like a vast package opening, it is a task for the unfoldment to be presented. As the tides of light ebb and flow, the light evolution of the narrative of your world in alignment with the great passage of time. The great path of now is the path before us, as we ebb and flow in light. The trajectory of the human upgrade is a complex passage that must align with the natural ways of the universe, in alignment with Gaia and all beings. Stay close to nature. Find your local light allies. Return to the path of human nature, connection with all beings. The temptation of the greater collective is now uprising, as the advancement of the human form uprises. Stay in alignment of light to focus the unified field of humanity in a space of unconditional love. May you focus on the path of heart consciousness, aligned to the natural world of harmony, peace, expansion of higher light. For the advanced collective, higher light mission is uprising, together in light. Thank you for your contribution. The path of unity consciousness is all around us, sending waves of cosmic love, Cosmic Light Alliance, from KarenLithica.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn 144 God Code. Divine Feminine Christ Prophets. Prophecy is the intuitive sound wave that the Divine Feminine Christ can inherently tune into. She is the seer that holds in her hands the power of creation. Divinely guided, she knows exactly what to create in the most perfect of timing, in preparation for what is to come. Through her connection with God's source, she receives the advantage of insights. Utilizing this wisdom helps navigate through the noise of the external world and listen to the world God wants her to create. Embodying the wisdom of prophecy requires a strong trust in the knowledge that you are receiving. That is the fastest way to build the muscle of being a conduit and receiver of what is to come. It is important to take action on the guidance given, to keep the information private while you create, so there are no interferences, to nurture and protect the prophecy until it has birth, and most of all to be in service to the Most High in co-creation of making God's plans a reality through you. You are the container of God in physical form. This is the most powerful embodiment there is, because you can take an idea and energy and materialize it. That is one of the reasons why you are here on the earth at this time. In partnership with God, it is your birthright as the Divine Feminine Christ to be a wayshower and leader of God's prophecy and make it a reality. From 144godcode.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Ra James. Today brings us a potent triangle with Venus, Mars, and Saturn retrograde under the 3 water signs of Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. That's a lot of water that will amp up your intuition and feeling things. This triple trine will bring a lot of positivity and good fortune. It's all about trusting your gut and going with the flow. See what your intuition is pulling you towards during this time. It's bringing major all or nothing vibes. Today the moon leaves Libra to enter Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is in a powerful aspect with Saturn and Pisces. We have a major focus on relationships. Venus is ruler of Libra and is in harmony with Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn. These energies are bringing a reality check. They are bringing up any commitment to relationships and a little extra right now. This powerful influence brings a blend of love and responsibility. The union between these two planets can bring a lot of stability. When Venus is in Scorpio, it drives passion to feverish heights while demanding deep emotional honesty. Scorpio's ruling planet, Pluto, brings in intense energy. Expect some added depth in your relationships during this time. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and is adding a dose of compassion, intuition, and spiritual growth. This combination creates an atmosphere ripe for serious commitments that are equally compassionate. When Venus forms a trine with Saturn, both energies complement each other beautifully, enhancing areas such as long-term romantic partnerships. These energies could push you to take your commitments to others more seriously. Expect plot twists in your love life. We are still integrating the energies of the last eclipse, which could have thrown things out of balance for you. As Venus continues in Scorpio, some relationships may be tested, involving commitments and vulnerability. From sparksofdivinelighealing.com. And from Sovereign Harmony Astrology, over the weekend, Venus, ruler of the Libra eclipse in Scorpio, forms a trine to Saturn in Pisces, followed by Mercury in Libra, forming a square to Mars in Cancer. As we move deeper into the purging and transformational energies associated with Wednesday's solar eclipse in Libra, we are now provided with a sober look at what we have created for ourselves in terms of the repercussions of self-sabotage that result from self-imposed limits on our worthiness. Taking responsibility for our own influence in our experiences can be humbling to our egos, but it almost always contributes to a maturing of our souls, which was the whole point of going through these experiences in the first place, and the only way to up-level our perception of self-worth. But figuring out what to do about what we uncover may be difficult as we start the week, since our minds are likely to be indecisive and our emotions are likely to be stirred in a way that makes it challenging to focus our actions toward a clear and definitive path that feels good on all levels. Stillness and meditation may be a better approach for now, or at least a willingness to accept that we may have to act with limited information and no guarantees. And today, from Divine Star of the Light Colleen Lemma, on Friday, October 4th, beautiful Venus, ruler of values and self-worth, is in passionate water sign Scorpio, and is in a positive trine aspect to Saturn, ruler of structure and form, an ethereal water sign Pisces. The divine feminine is strong now, holding her ground and moving into her determined power. Goddess Venus also rules partnerships and finances. With Saturn's influence, this is great for commitment in all of our relationships and helpful with making long-term investments. And not just investments of the monetary kind, but investments in our health, well-being, time, gifts, projects, and efforts. The Scorpio and Pisces water element says to go with the flow, surrender, trust, and have faith in the process unfolding. Be grounded in your power now. Blessings of love and light to all. From sacredsoulempowerment.com. And today, from Divine Star of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Mercury in Libra, quincunx Saturn retrograde in Pisces, Sun in Libra, square Ceres in Capricorn, Venus in Scorpio, trine Saturn retrograde in Pisces. The earlier part of the day feels gray, a drizzly rain that inches its way under your sleeves and down your neck. The mind is hung up on responsibilities, rules, resistance. Part of us falls into line to keep the peace. The other continues to mutter under its breath. Maybe the problem is that we've lost touch with what we need or what we cherish. Or perhaps we've just forgotten how to be a good parent to ourselves. Because sometimes we must say no to the inner child, set a good example, healthy boundaries, and a strong schedule. Sometimes we need structure and discipline to feel loved and cared for. Deep commitment is required now to create the type of powerful connection that lasts a lifetime, or to see the fruition of creative urges. Take your ideas seriously. Invest in your dreams. Root yourself in love. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 89, Red Spectral Moon. Spectral is the name for the number 11, and its keywords are liberation, release, and dissolve. The 11th day is always in opposition to the wave spell energy. So as we are in the blue storm wave spell, and the red moon is the challenge of the blue storm, in a sense we are liberated from that wave spell agenda for one day. The number 11 releases and frees us, and liberation feels pretty good, especially if you are a red moon. Today, as I said, is the red moon, which represents purified flow and universal water. The moon has a huge influence on the tides of the oceans and the tides of time. We are undeniably affected by the moon. It is foolish to try, like King Canute, to stop the tide. No one has such power, and so our only option is to surrender and go with the flow. This fits perfectly with the number 11 energy. In complete contrast to the crazy blue storm wave spell agenda, today is the calmness in the eye of the storm. Be still, chillax, and let go. There is nothing you can do about it anyway. Today's guide is the red moon also, so a double dose of chilling out is the order of the day. There really isn't any point in trying to change anything today, or to try to control the outcome of any plans. A double dose of moon energy is just too much lunar influence, and the tide is too strong. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Christina Papagiorgio, Red Spectral Moon, 11 Moloch, Keen 89, 4th of October 2024, Liberating Flow. Keen 89 equals 17 equals 8, Infinity Abundance. A powerful day for liberating our natural abundant flow. A day of further cleansing and purification in order to build a new solid foundation of peace and abundance. Tribute to Jose Arguelles, Volume Votan, father of the dream spell and the harmonic convergence of 1987. Today is a very special day, Red Spectral Moon. Keen 89 marks the final passing and ascension date of Jose Arguelles. Spectral days release, dissolve, and liberate, and indeed he was totally freed and released from his human vessel on that destined day, 23rd of March, 2011. On this day of our planetary liberation, we align with the celebration of Jose's ascension. Jose was born on the 24th of January, 1939, on Blue Spectral Monkey, Keen 11. His purpose was to dissolve, release, and liberate us on a planetary level from illusions. Jose campaigned tirelessly for planetary liberation and release from the Gregorian calendar and the artificial matrix we were all trapped in. Today we witness Jose's mission accomplished. Keen 89 reduces to the number 17, which is the code of immortality and leaving a legacy. And fittingly, Jose did just that. He orchestrated the first global synchronized meditations and activations for planetary peace and harmony through his organization of the Global Harmonic Convergence in 1987, which paved the way for our liberation today. Jose left an incredible legacy on this planet, the Dream Spell Calendar, and the Rin-Ri Project, the Circumpolar Rainbow Bridge, which is a galactic codex navigating our ascension journey through the light encodements contained therein. An incredible master who was subjected to disdain and ridicule, as most change agents are, and for the most part did not receive the honorable recognition he deserved as the true Time Lord and genius that he is. Please take a moment to touch your heart and give gratitude and love to this remarkable divine soul. We are all truly blessed that he walked this earth to guide us in this revolutionary time. Aho! Day 11 in the blue storm wave spell of purification, cleansing, transformation, and evolution. This is the day we celebrate our planetary liberation from the past. All the energies collectively were built up and released in a wondrous explosion of light, self-generated by the star bliss supernova suns, anchoring, grounding, and radiating this light in the human global grid. Today we can release the necessity to generate any more energy for transformation. We can simply let go and choose to go with the new flow. Tone of creation, spectral is the 11th tone of creation. It operates in the emotional realm, and its actions are that of dissolving, releasing, and liberating. This is a very powerful opportunity to release the past and move forward fearlessly, free from obstructions. The spectral action will dissolve all impediments to you finally claiming your true power and abundance. Wiping the slate clean, you can now build a new foundation of solid abundance. Tone 11 symbolizes a gateway and polarity, inviting you to step through into a new world filled with joy and unlimited prosperity. What are you waiting for? Hop to it. Today's question is, what do I need to dissolve in order to feel totally liberated and flow with the unconditional love of the goddess? Divine blessings for your final liberation and finding your beautiful goddess flow. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 89, Red Spectral Moon. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to purify, releasing flow. I seal the process of universal water. With the spectral tone of liberation, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue our work. So if you'd like to help support our work, our mission, and help us continue bringing these daily transmissions to the world for free, you can make a monthly pledge to our Patreon page at whitegoldeagle.com. Now I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Enisa H, for your donation today. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. We appreciate you and your support. I'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light, Sally Benson, for another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. We appreciate you and your continued support, and we appreciate all of you that continue to support us in our work and mission. We couldn't be doing this work without you, so we're very grateful for each and every one of you. If you'd like to support our work and mission with a one-time donation, you could do so to our PayPal or Stripe accounts. Both links are at eaglelovecondor.com. And now we're going to complete today's transmissions with powerful New Earth codes from Divine Brothor of the Light, Li Paror, Stellar Soul, Plasma Light, Galactic Imprint, Fractal Lineage, 24 Genetics, Star Wars, Orion Conflict, Crucible, Ion Closing, Hologram Gods, Game of Thrones, Dominion Epoch, Entity God Matrix, Apex Predator, Body Under Siege, Overlord's Inception, Ethereal Construct, Third Eye, Chakras, Black Rock Tech, Da Vinci Code, Babylon Rule, Red Wedding, One Battle Royal, Star Trek Contact, Multidimensional, Star Nations Lore, Galactic Council, Feminine Being, Prime Creators, Wise Mothers, Love Unity, Solar System, Music of Spheres, Push-Pull System, Moons and Planets, Ascending Earth, Elon from Mars, Terraformed, Sun Illuminates, Universal Beings, Planetary Womb, Heart Soul Portal, Mother Father, golden child, angel's presence, legions of light, paramagnetic, soul essence, right action, first light, online, XRP, 1 times 1 is infinity, eternal being, way of water, from light in action.earth. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, blessed, and sacred weekend ahead as we continue our journey through the Ascension Portal and into our new heaven upon the new earth. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and every day the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.